Hello, everyone. This is Right Away, presented by Synergy Theater and Freestyle Repertory Theater. It's a show, it's a jam, it's the best of both worlds, and it's happening right away. Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to Right Away. I'm your host for this evening, Laura Livingston, the Artistic Director of Freestyle Repertory Theater in New York City. Although today I'm coming to you from Colorado. This is a co-production of Freestyle Repertory Theater in New York and Synergy Theater in Walnut Creek, California. We are two companies divided by a continent, but united in the idea that improvisation is an important theatrical art form. This show, Right Away, is a show and a jam because we have three playwrights with us tonight. They will have 45 minutes to write a brand new play based on suggestions from you folks in the audience. And while they are off writing, everyone in the audience is invited to join me doing a writing jam. I suggest you use a pencil and a piece of paper because it is fun to have the screen accessible to you to see people. But that's up to you. After each game, we'll hear as many of you read what you've written as we possibly can. And I encourage you to volunteer without even considering if what you've written is good or not. First reason is it's too early to decide whether you've written is good or not. That takes a little while. And also, that's not really the point. The fun is to see how many different directions everyone's writing goes based on the same prompts. And then after 45 minutes, the playwrights will return and they will present the world premieres of the plays they have just written based on your suggestions. Now, before we introduce those playwrights, I'll just go over a few things for any of you who've not done this jam before. We will invite you during the jam to turn your video to turn your video back on, because that is very fun. It's visually interesting to see everybody working. It also helps me to know how much time you need, because I can see you writing away or looking and up and twiddling your thumbs and getting a drink of water or whatever. When you do turn your video on, we are live streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're up to no good, then I'll understand why you have your camera off. And that is acceptable. And if you are participating with your camera off, sometimes you have to give me a shout if you want to read, because I don't always see those internet hands wagging around. But the more of us who turn our cameras on, as I say, the better I like it, because we can also laugh and clap and give each other thumbs up, and it's just more of that live theater experience. Lastly, I will invite you to turn on your chat feature, which is right about there if you float your cursor down there. And that is the way that our playwrights are going to get their suggestions from you. So get that chat feature on, and I will get these playwrights on. First of all, I would like to introduce to you a playwright who is in her 6th season of writing, winning awards, and receiving stage readings and full productions with Monday Night Playground. She's currently writing a play set in the magical world of San Francisco Bay called At the End of Our Streets, the Stars. Lisa Gay Thompson. Lisa, are you there? There you are.
I
Good
am.
to see you.
Good to see you.
What is this play about? Can you tell us yet?
It's about a girl searching for a father who's abandoned her and hoping that when she finds him, he'll give her what she needs.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. That sounds great. I'm going to want to read that. I'm going to want to see it, but
You
we're
can,
divided by a continent, but united by the idea that improv is important.
and every scene is in a boat, takes place in a boat.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. I love it.
You want to direct?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We'll see you in a bit, Lisa.
All righty.
Our next playwright is an actor, director, writer, and the artistic director of Metropolitan Playhouse in New York City, please welcome to your screen, Alex Rowe.
Hi, Laura. Hi, everybody.
Hello, Alex. Hello, Alex. Um, if you had a different background for me right now, what would it be?
Another background from you or for you?
For me, for this show, what would be
Oh.
good?
Gosh, I would be an Alaskan come down on a dog sled across the top of Canada and then caught an ice floe down to New York Harbor. That's the background I would give for you.
I like all of these ideas. However, this is the background I'm going to do because that's what I really have.
Right.
Thanks, Alex.
That's the one. Yeah.
We'll see you in just a second. We want to get our third playwright on screen here. She has been writing many, many plays that have won many different awards, both for screenwriting and for acting in many film festivals. And she also wrote a mini-series, a mini television series, which you may have caught, or maybe she can tell us where we can see it. It is called Sue in the City, and she is called Ellen Burr. Please welcome her to the screen. Ellen,
Hey, Laura. Hi, everyone.
what was Sue in the City, and can we see that?
We can see the first one. The first one, Sue in the City. It's kind of a odd couple, Grace and Frankie kind of episodic. Sue is all over the place, crazy, energetic, and her best friend Anne is a lawyer. So she's very straight. So it's a combination of those two, how they interact.
That sounds very cool. And can people see that like on YouTube? Is that where they find it?
Yeah, I should get the link. Maybe you want in our break. I'll put the link in the chat. Yeah,
All
you
right.
can see the first one, and you can see the first short I wrote called Loves Me, Loves Me Not.
Excellent. Excellent. Cool. We'll have to look those up.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring the rest of our playwrights back onto the screen. And audience members, if you've not done so yet, this would be the time to open up that chat feature because they're going to be looking for some suggestions for their plays from you. Lisa, what would you like this beautiful audience to suggest for your beginning of the play?
Okay, hit me with your best first line.
A first line, beginning at the
Oh, it doesn't have to be your best. No pressure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the best at this moment.
At this moment, yeah. In this weather, totally understandable if you're fainting. I'm in an existential malaise. I've never seen such an angry weasel. Take my hand and hold on tight. Even the marigolds are dark. Ooh, the lightning was intense as I sat in the car. Oh man,
You got to pick one.
all so good. I'm gonna say, take my hand and hold on tight.
Great, great. Alex, what are you needing from us?
Well, all I'm thinking about is traveling. I've got a train trip tomorrow, and I've been working on my motorcycle. So, what does that mean? What might you wear if you were traveling, to go traveling, for traveling, or take with you?
What? Say it again.
Traveling. What might you wear to go traveling? I fear I'm freezing again. I hope not.
You're with us. They're starting to come in.
Ah, a bowler hat. Indeed. A travel jacket. Oh, a jacket with many pockets. I don't know if I'm going to get past that bowler. 4 pairs. So I might wear that while traveling is 4 pairs of underwear, white gloves, a satin cape. Barry knows me too well. You know, I can't get past the bowler hat, to be honest with you. So that's what I got, a bowler hat.
Cool, cool.
And 4 pairs of underwear.
And 4 pairs of underwear. All right. So far we've had suggestions from I forget already. I missed it already. Oh, you know what? I've lost track because my chat has gone up, but I haven't lost track of you, Ellen Burr. you need something from us.
Well, since last week we picked two things, I thought of what would be two things. And so a machine or appliance and a color.
Machine or appliance
appliance.
and a color.
Mhm.
You don't have to say both of them. You can just do one if that's what's
Mhm.
coming to you quickest. Aha, here they come.
Deep blue.
Are you seeing them, Ellen?
I am.
In
Green
comes
sewing
green
machine,
sewing machine.
an egg beater, teal, baby blue, convection of aubergine, purplish. Those are kind of similar. Toaster, desert sage green. Oh, I want an egg beater and no, egg beater and purplish. That's what I'll go.
Okay. All right. That didn't take us very long at all. We got some spontaneous jammers here in the audience, but let's just to refresh my memory, because none of this went into short term. Let's just do a quick round of who got what. What are you leaving us with, Lisa Gay Thompson?
I took Take My Hand and Hold On Tight.
All right. And Alex, what did you get?
I'll be sporting a bowler hat.
Excellent. And Ellen,
I'm working with an egg beater and the color purplish.
all right, or eggplant, as they
Yes.
say. All right, folks. Just a reminder, writers, anything you write tonight is right, and you don't have enough time to write this, so you got to use it all writing. Don't bother to think. Get ready, get set, and write away.
See you.
There we go. Here's their timer, I think, coming up on my screen here, everybody. And while I'm getting this timer started, I hope, let's, there we go. Just hit start. I invite all the people in the audience to turn your cameras back on and we'll start the jam. I will remind people that there may be some people live streaming this. We are live streaming this and we also will be having this on Facebook. So if your camera doesn't pop on right now, I will assume you're up to some criminal activity or you're totally naked or you just prefer to participate without showing your face. But I prefer it when you do. It helps me so much. So I appreciate it if you've got your camera on. So here's what I have to say about, oh yeah, you might want to know if you haven't done a lot of Zooming, you can go up to the right corner and it gives you some ways that you can see us. It says view up there and you can click on that and we'll say like gallery or I forget what else it says, but you can play around with that and only see the speaker or see everybody. You can go down to the video camera in the lower left and click on that caret and you can hide non-video participants so you don't see the names of everybody who's not talking. Or you can see everyone's names and know that they're there even though they don't have their camera on. I'm just telling you all that because all of that does not affect us. So you can monkey around with that as much as you want to get it the way you like for it to be. What I told our writers about improv is absolutely true. It's all about being spontaneous, supporting each other's creativity. And if you've never done improv before, I've just told you the whole secret of the entire art form. It can be boiled down to two rules. Always say yes. And when we're writing, I think of saying yes as going with your first idea. Is this idea okay to write down? Yes, it is. Go ahead and write it down. Yes, and add on to it. Yes, and. And the other one is always make your partner look good. And that's what everyone is doing for you now, and you are doing for everyone. That's what we call an ensemble. Also, I just want to say all ideas at this point are good. So you don't need to even decide whether they're good or not. And that goes for when you volunteer to read. Just go ahead and volunteer because part of the fun is just hearing the variation. So what else do I need to tell you? We ask you to keep your videos on when others are reading because turn your audio off because your laughter or response might be confusing, but it is supportive for them to see you enjoying and see you watching them. So that really helps. Here we go. People who were here early know already that I'm going for some action tonight. I don't know why, I just felt like action. So kind of focusing on that. And if that makes no sense to you, don't worry about it. Also, I should say also, this is not a class. Um, this is just an experiment to just see what happens. So here we go. Here comes the first exercise. Grab that pencil and piece of paper. If that's the way you're going, that's the way I go. What I'm going to do is give you a sentence beginning. And I'm going to go over and take Janelle's suggestion from earlier, which is, I'm going to turn on my chat. And what I'm going to do is I'll say out loud the sentence beginning, but I'll also type it in the chat, and I'll give you a few moments to finish that sentence. And then I'll give you another sentence beginning, and hopefully this will all turn into a story. So if I said, once there was you might say, mangy dog, and I would say, if I said something like, who always, and you would finish that sentence. However, I'll give you longer. All right, so let's talk more action here from me. The first sentence beginning, and I'll just give you less than a minute to go with this one, is I'm writing this like stage directions as well. Francine enters the. And see if you can keep writing the entire time. Here comes the next sentence beginning. She is feeling. Let's see what happens if you write without stopping until 8:09. 38:09. Oop, I'm late. She opens and let's go till 37:24. I went way over again. The next one is she discovers a. Here comes another one. This sentence begins, suddenly. And the last sentence beginning is, so Francine. And see if you can wrap that up in 30 seconds or less. I'm going to look at these screens, see what people are looking like. All right, let's do 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. I want to hear how this turned out. However, it's time for us to send a suggestion into the playwrights. I didn't mention this at the top, but we just keep firing suggestions at them while they are writing. So if you could open up your chat feature, if you closed it, and let's send in a suggestion of, well, you know, maybe it's because Francine picked something up on in our writing. Let's what does one of the characters on stage pick up? Type that suggestion into the chat. A character picks up a. All right, I'm seeing coffee cup, an old newspaper, a yellow straw, a broken lighting instrument that just fell. That one surprised me, so I'm sending that to them. Here we go. Oops. Bear with me one sec. Broken lighting instrument that just fell. All right. Who would like to turn on their microphone and read us this this story of Francine? I am keen to know. I put all these sentence beginnings in the chat so you can read the sentence beginning there. Because I forgot to tell you, and I hope you didn't bother to write down what I was saying because it was going in the chat. Barry, I see your microphone off. I'm going to take that as volunteering.
Oh,
Can I hear what you did with my beginnings?
I don't remember turning that on. That must have been some remote gremlin that did that.
It was your subconscious.
That's what it was. That's what it was. To make sure that I'm doing this correctly, we're asked to fill in to finish the one prompt, not continue past the prompt. Is that correct?
It's okay if you continued past. It's okay
Okay.
if you didn't. Really, I figure if there's any question about what it was, it's just because my instructions weren't clear. And sometimes
Okay.
I just think like I don't want to be so tight about the instructions. I want to hear what people do.
No problem. All right, here we go. Francine enters the emergency room. The cold air hits her like a blast after the outside heat. She looks both ways, sees only desperate people, some crying, a few bleeding. She is feeling anxious and afraid. There's a reason she's supposed to be here, but she's not sure what it is. There's a trace of blood on the corner of her mouth. She opens a flap on her purse. She discovers a small pistol with only one bullet in the chamber. Suddenly, she empties the contents of the purse onto the registration counter. So, Francine, having found the murder weapon, was no longer safe herself. She was now a target.
Oh, wow. Wow. I love a genre. I love a genre. Thank you,
And,
Gary.
and I say that because I just got finished watching all 15 seasons of ER, and emergency rooms are on my brain.
I'll also say for those watching the video, before we started recording this, we were talking, it's very hot. It's a
Hmm.
hot day in the real world. And we were talking about the shock of walking into air conditioning sometime. Who else is going to read a contrasting story here? And if you're hidden, go ahead and yell at me if you want to read yours. But otherwise, I'm looking, yeah, Jean, I was looking that way.
And I'll do it because I'm really new at this and I want to risk. So
Thank you.
Francine enters the coffee shop, unaware that her skirt is coming undone in the back. She greets the barista Joe. Hey, Joe, I'll have the usual. How did the interview go? He asks. Brilliant. She is feeling on top of the world because she knows she aced that interview. She opens a sugar packet to add to the coffee when she hears Joe scream, Francine! She discovers a horror on his face as he points to her backside. Suddenly, her confidence drains out of her. So Francine is no longer sure that she aced that interview.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Karen, you gonna give it a go?
Sure, I think we'll
I
give it a
always
shot.
consider it a personal favor.
Oh, definitely, I'm on it. Francine enters the labyrinth. As she does, the ivy walls seem to press in and pulse, like the walls are breathing. She's feeling excitement at reaching the center and seeing her heart's desire. For that is what the fortune teller told her she would find if only she came to the labyrinth. She opened the map and ran towards the center. Suddenly, she came upon a dead end. She discovered a tiny key on the ground. Suddenly, the key began to grow and become so heavy she dropped it on the ground. So Francine realized that her journey would be more difficult than she thought it would be.
Wow. Wow. I gotta say, I couldn't be more pleased with the variation of it's like everyone took a genre and went with it or evolved the genre in a very short time. And I don't know, I feel like I watched a three-ring circus almost. Thank you so much. Let's start another one. Let me just see. Oh, yeah. Um,
I'll read mine.
oh, who's that?
Janella.
I don't even see her name there. And also in comes Delicia
No?
Simpson. Oh, now I see you. Yes. Okay, Janella, let's hear it. Hello, Alicia, as you're coming in.
Okay. Francine wants to try new things. She wants to be a rebel. So she enters the shower with all her clothes on. She's feeling brave, audacious, and powerful. She goes to the party all wet. She sees all the jaws drop. She's in control. Yay! She opens a candy bar and places half on her head and half in her nose. More astonishment from the crowd. She discovers a child trying to grab the candy. Suddenly, the candy falls from Francine's head into the child's mouth. Francine is upstaged and runs crying out of the room. She has no more power. Back to nothingness. Okay, I know it's weird.
Well, we've done murder mystery. We've done what, fableism or fantasy. We've done realism. So weird, we just hadn't got to yet. totally different style. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Welcome to Delicia. Where you just missed the first exercise that, or the first prompt. And that's about it. We're moving on. We're doing action-oriented things. When we do improv, we tend to I always worry about standing and talking, and things don't ever happen. We're standing and talking. And one of the things that I think helps a lot is to create a setting. Because then as you're turning to do things, things happen. And so this next prompt is incredibly, incredibly simple. And it would be just write the description of a set. And I would say, first off, just pick what the setting is, what it's going to be. And if you haven't picked it already, pick from one of these: laboratory or bus stop. And we're just going to take a few moments because we're coming up to giving a suggestion time. But I'm just going to ask you to just start describing that setting. Go ahead and go. On occasion, I'll say things. Like, what objects are there? Meaning, if an actor picked up props, really, what props are there? What furniture is there? Like if an actor had to sit or lean, what would it be on? What sounds are there? And the last one is, what is the lighting? If it's on a stage, how would it be lit? And just take about 20 more seconds to finish up that last thought you're having. All right. Before we read these, it's time for another prompt for these unsuspecting playwrights. And since we're working on action here in the jam, I would like to give them something. We did this last time, I think. We gave them something that all the characters on stage had to do. And it was either in rehearsal or in the show last time. All of the characters had to do jazz hands, something like that, where we would all see it. They don't even have to read the stage direction to us. What should that be? They all have to do. And here they come. Everyone on stage sneezes, jumps up and down simultaneously, stomps their foot. I think someone else is writing, but I'm not sure. All right. All right. I'm going to go with, oh, here comes another one, burps. I was going to go with sneeze, but burps is making me laugh because I'm 12 years old. I'm going to give them that one. Thank you, Delicia. Everyone on stage burps. Some of them were telling me before we started that they're depressed about the news of the day, and this ought to cheer them up, I think. There we go. Who would like to read their setting description? Ah, yeah, Delicia jumping right in. Good
Okay.
evening, and let's hear.
First, I want to say thank you for having this and holding this space. I am also depressed and worried about what's going on in the world. And I left work a little early because I'm like, I could really use some creativity right now. So thank you for the opportunity.
That's my job. Thank you.
Okay, description of set. A coffee house in 1964. Smoke and incense fills the air. A piano is set in one corner of a platform of a stage. There are small round tables with a candle on each table. It is lightly populated, darkly lit, waiting for tonight's entertainment to begin. Yeah.
That's great. That's cool. I see all sorts of possibilities if I were improvising on that set. All sorts of things could happen. Who else? Who's got a setting? Yes, Karen.
All right, I did the bus stop. The bench at the bus stop was rough and faded, and if you're not careful, you could get splinters on it. The bench is weathered, and the back has a faded ad for Virginia Slim cigarettes. A single weed grows up on the right side. The lighting is bright because it's midday, and there's gum stuck to the surround of the bus stop, and it spells out Kilroy.
You know, if I walked onto that set as an improviser, I'd be someone trying to quit smoking. That's great. That's great. Yes, let's hear it, Barry.
We see the sitting room of an ancient.
I'm not hearing you.
Hello?
Are you turned down?
Yeah, I've turned my audio off, on.
Is the volume up?
I haven't touched it since last time. Oh,
I think it's your microphone. There you go.
yes,
Yeah,
sorry, I
headset.
pushed it up. My bad. Here we go. We see the sitting room of an ancient, cobwebbed Victorian mansion. The only things seen are a set of footprints leading from the front door to the middle of the room. An old brass candlestick lies on the ground. Near the fireplace is a high-backed, upholstered chair which seems to creak as if someone has just sat in it. The candlestick rises on its own and flares to life as the single flame illuminates a frightening ... dot, 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 dot. We'll leave that to your imagination.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. And there's fire. Yeah. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Where are we now? Jean, we haven't heard yours, have we?
Not yet.
All right.
All right. The lab was stark and empty. Beakers placed on the countertops next to the Bunsen burner. There are a few high stools placed in front of the microscopes, 2 of them. The lights are on, almost too bright, and the low hum of the AC kicking on and off. And dust was covering everything.
Lovely. Lovely. I see. Yeah. Of course, I'm thinking the dust causes sneezing. All that causes things to happen. Wonderful. There's somebody who hasn't read, and I've kind of lost track of my short-term memory. Is it Karen? You read, Karen? You did? Janella, are you waiting to read?
Janella.
Yeah.
No, I don't have anything right now. Sorry.
Okay. Fair enough. Everyone who wanted to read has read. Excellent. Excellent. Let me think here. Let's surprise them with an early suggestion because we would only have a couple of minutes to write. So I'm going to give them a time here, which is, I'm going to tell them they got 17 minutes left, even though they have more. Shall we do how about a line of dialogue? Someone on stage has to say something that you want them to say. Excuse me, do you have the time? pass me the ketchup bottle, get the hell out. I'm in an existential malaise. All right. My way or the highway. Sounds like my brother. Uh, all right. Why don't we go with I'm gonna go with I haven't even decided yet. Yeah, I'm still just typing it in. I'm gonna go with pass me the ketchup bottle. Seems the most disruptive. All right. This next exercise I think is going to be so easy for you because you're already doing it. But I'm going to put it in anyway. And just see what happens. And that is to write another setting description, which is deliberately going for a mood. For example, if I mean, you've already done it, so it might just be a different mood, a different setting. But an example would be if you're watching this video, you've already had some examples. But if mine was a farm and I wanted to um, describe a mood of greed, I might describe like bins of grain that are full and packed and animals that are starving or something like that. So that's what I'd like to do for the next couple of minutes. So just pick a setting, and if you haven't already, I would say pick from one of these: a forest, a city street, or a suburban lawn. And then pick a mood. And if you haven't already, pick from one of these: foreboding, cheerful, or melancholy. If you've already picked one, go with what you got. Ready? Go. And I'll just say once again, what I said before that you all used to great effect were objects or props, sounds, furniture, and lighting. Let's take about 20 more seconds on this. Okay. Can I hear him? All right, Delicia.
Okay. Steam rises from a coiled heater. The dingy apartment shows paper peeling from the walls. A cigarette burns in an ashtray on a Formica kitchen table. A woman wears a dirty apron and is dusting flour off her hands. Her hair is stringy and hangs down from her bandana. A knock is heard at the door.
Love it. Love it.
So it's going kind of depression.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. Who's going next? I will say Janella typed in, I heard a bird whimpering. It was chewing on a muffin that was on a beach. Jean, let's hear it.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going for foreboding or melancholy. So she knew these woods. She had been here 100 times before, but today felt different. The sky was covered in deep gray clouds. Fog was rising up from the creek, and there was a low growl coming from deep within the canyon walls. Because of the torrential rain, everything was very wet. The wet that makes the greens come alive, the smell of ...
Thank you. Thank you. Barry or Karen? Barry?
I'll go. All right. This is a mood that I'm not accustomed to writing in, so this is good to try. The lawn of the Smith family was filled with jubilant people. After several years, it was finally time for the neighbor. That should be after several days. Sorry. It was finally time for the neighborhood's favorite resident to come home. Grandpa Smith, favorite of the children for his stories and warm smiles, had been in the hospital. His recovery was uncertain, but now that he is finally on the mend and coming home, his friends have put together a surprise party. He sees them gathering from the back seat of his daughter's car as it pulls around the corner, balloons in hand and a big sign saying "Welcome home." He smiles, receiving the best medicine yet.
Excellent. Excellent. Karen, you going for it?
Sure, I'm doing a lawn. We'll do lawn, but I guess a lawn, and I don't know if it's longing or something like that. The lawn had an undertone of yellow, yellow like the end of summer in October when it no longer shines with summertime intensity. Yellow like the hair of the little girl who used to live at this house at 1313 Hawthorne Lane. Under the holly bush next to the lawn is a long ago discarded old Barbie doll.
Oh, oh. Wonderful. Wonderful. Let's send our writers a sound effect. They got to put in a sound effect. And I'm going to tell them they've got 7.5 minutes left. 7.5 minutes. And by the time I press this button, that's what they'll have. And the sound effects are a horn, a peacock screeching, birds chirping, a lion roaring. Oh, you don't know, Delicia. I'm 12 too, so I say fart. I'm going to send them this. I think burp was yours as well. So I'm going to go with did any of you not have yours taken yet? Raise your hand if we haven't taken a suggestion from you yet. Anybody here? All right, then we're good to go. I'm going to throw in, there is a bird, a peacock screeching, because that's very close to a bird chirping. I said peacock screeching, right? Peacock screeches. All right, here's what I'd like to try this time. And that is the reason I thought of all these actions today is because last week Kat Koppett thought, why don't people write a silent scene? And I thought that was a great idea. And we didn't have time. Bill Marsili, who writes with, he's the screenwriter. If you saw the Denzel Washington movie Deja Vu, where he's a detective in New Orleans and he goes back in time, Bill Marsili wrote that one. And when he writes with us, he writes great scenes with no dialogue. I'll just read you an example. Tropical beachside day, high palm trees sway in the ocean breeze on a beach where the jungle has nearly reached the shoreline. A mainlander in a Hawaiian shirt and shorts, Don, the beachcomber, has just brought his dinghy ashore. He plants the handle of his oar on the sand and twists it, then throws a rope over it to secure his small boat. He brings his hand to his brow to shield it from the sun and peers into the jungle thicket. Then he reaches into the boat behind him and hauls out a baby stroller filled with clinking bottles of rum mixers and tropical fruits. Fighting the wet sand, he rolls it up the beach and onto the overgrown path barely visible through the jungle. A gray-haired man is in a pork pie hat and beach shirt, Trader Ray, standing behind the bar of a bamboo tiki shack, hanging in glass floats, coconuts, pufferfish, bamboo, creates a colorful tropical decor. Behind him are shelves filled with every imaginable kind of rum from every clime in the world. Ray takes a long drag on a marijuana cigarette and bites into a garlic wing. Don sits on the bamboo stool, wipes his brow. Ray squints. Don pulls out a pistol and levels it at Ray. So that's what I mean by an example of a silent scene. I have not given you anywhere near that amount of time. But my suggestion would be pick a setting, and it could be one you've already written for us. And the character that might walk in, like I already said for yours, Karen, someone who's trying to quit smoking walks into that bus stop scene. So see what you can do in like about 2 minutes, maybe 2.5. Ready? Go. All right, see if you can finish up in 10 seconds. And let's see if we can get some of these read in the small amount of time left to us. All right. Who's going to read? You got to volunteer fast because we're almost out of time. And I do want to hear how my experiment works. I saw a hand, Barry, and I'm going to interpret that as a volunteer.
Okay. The nearly translucent ghost in the upholstered chair is revealed to be the unfortunate Grandpa Smith, sometime after the happy neighborhood party. He tries to speak. No sounds emanate from his mouth. He rises, floating, still clutching the lit candlestick. No sounds but the faint drip, drip, drip of the candle wax. He drifts around to see the face of Francine, his daughter, still holding the pistol with no shots.
Nothing goes to waste. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I never learned this, but I think when I start things like planning a jam like this, I think all my ideas are terrible. And you've taken all my ideas and just molded them all together in something so fun. Thank you. Who's going to read next? We got seconds. Yes, Delicia.
Continuing on that scene with the woman and dusting the flour off, knock is heard at the door. The woman opens the door and lets a man in a jumper work suit laden with grease. He just walks across the room to the kitchen table, sits down, and stamps out the burning cigarette. He looks at her and swipes the ashtray to the floor. The woman stomps off towards the oven.
Sorry, I don't know how to turn that off easily. That means I got to tell them they're done. They're done writing. Thank you, Delicia. I love that.
Sure.
And I don't agree with that sound effect for that point of your scene, but I love the meeting that's happening between them two. Jean, can we hear it real quick?
Okay, this was much more challenging for me. So Sarah walks in. She's the first to arrive back, scanning the experiments that have been left after the explosion. This is the only room still intact. She notices the cracks in the windows. That's all I got.
Excellent. Cool. Thank you. Karen.
All right. I used what you had led up to. So Marla took a piece of bubble gum out of her pocketbook, unwrapped it, and shoves it in her mouth. The corners of her mouth purse as the saliva attacks the glob of gum. She sighs and plops on the bench. Her eyes look at the back of the bench and the modern woman enjoying a marvelous cigarette.
Excellent. Excellent. Welcome back, playwrights. We just caught the tag end of a really great jam.
What was that prompt?
It was cool. Alex, can you tell me how to turn this timer off?
Yeah, click the button that says off. It's there you go.
Did it. Thank you.
I have no idea how to type.
You inspired me.
Oh,
Do the obvious, just like everything else. Just do the obvious. All right, folks. So when I post this video of this on right away afterwards, and to everybody who came, I suggest that that Ellen, Alex, and Lisa, you would really enjoy watching what you missed. It's really odd being a playwright in this show because you don't know the first half of the show that you're actually in. So what's going to happen now is the playwrights are going to cast their. We're going to have to take a 10-minute break because the playwrights are going to cast their shows, and I'm sure people need to do whatever we normally do at intermission in the 3D theater. I put our website, freestylerep.org, and Synergy Theater's website, synergytheater.com, in the chat. I'm just double checking that I've spelled it correctly and everything. Yep, I did. So if you want to check out our organizations, that's great. If you want to press that donation button, we really appreciate that. Also, everyone who comes to Right Away is in it, does the jam, is invited or signed up to be here and is watching the video. You're invited to join our Facebook group right away afterwards. And I just typed that in there as well. So we're going to intermission. By my calculations, that means it would be great if everyone could come back here at, where's my clock? Where is my clock? I'm going to say it will all be back here at 32 minutes after whatever hour you happen to be in. But playwrights, don't you go away, because we got some backstage madness to indulge in. See you after intermission, everyone. Have yourself some refreshments. They're on the house. House. All right. All right.
Okay.
I know, it's hilarious. I'm so funny. Okay. Lisa, who do you need for your play?
I need Alex and Ellen. Alex, can you read? Wait a minute. You're B, and Ellen, you're K.
Okay. Got
Yeah,
it.
right.
Okay, I'm Kate.
Yeah.
Alex, who do you need?
Well, I need, let us say, Laura and Lisa. Yeah, I think that's right. And well, here, I wonder, Ellen, if you would read the stage directions,
Got
and
it.
I'm going to perform as one of the characters. But I think the stage directions are so complicated that I should do what that person is being told to do.
All right, so I'll read them and you'll do them.
Yes. And so did I say who you were? Laura, I think you should be, yes. You be Dee Dee, and Lisa, you be Ollie. And I'm just replacing the names now.
All right. And so this means Ellen, we need your cast.
Okay, I wasn't really thinking about our limitations, so I think I figured it out. So the two people that you aren't always going to be next to each other. So let's see. I need let me see, Ferdinand and Paul, Kelly. Okay. Okay. So Laura, will you be Chef Josie and sous chef Ken, whose name is actually Kelly, but I didn't change it in the heading. It's sous chef. Okay, so Josie, Chef Josie, and oh no, Kelly, Assistant Kelly, Chef Josie, Assistant Kelly, which sometimes says Assistant Ken. Okay, Alex, please be Ferdinand, who's a sous chef, and Paul.
Okay.
And Lisa, you get to be two guys. You're going to be Larry and Inspector. And I think that's everybody. And hopefully there's not too much where you're talking to yourself, and I'll read stage directions.
Okay.
All right.
I'm Chef Josie, and I'm sous chef or assistant Ken or Kelly.
No. Okay. Sorry for that. You're Chef Josie and Assistant Kelly.
Assistant Kelly. Okay.
So,
All right.
Alex is sous chef Ferdinand and Paul. And Lisa will be Larry and Inspector.
All right. If you folks would attach your scripts to that email list I sent, that'll be great. And then we'll be coming back in about 6 minutes, it looks like.
Okay.
See you around.
Okay.
See ya.
See ya.
See you soon. For what it's worth, I'm just making my stage directions and lines clear, the separation, because the stage directions are really elaborate.
Okay.
Okay, we trust.
I'm up for the challenge.
I know you.
Okay, Laura, the link is to Laura, right?
It's to everyone. Yeah, it's from her. It says emails for tonight.
Okay, let me find it. Laura Livingston, emails for tonight. You got it. Okay. Oh. They all. Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna
Right. Oh.
step off for a minute. Mine went out.
Okay, mine went out.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Thank you.
I have not received Alex's yet.
No, I haven't either.
Hmm. Okay, so it's not just,
Oh, I just came.
oh, cool.
How much longer do we have?
It's 32.
Yeah, we're supposed to be back now.
Oh, oops, I'm back soon.
I'm sort of not here either. Thank you for coming back, audience.
Do you want us to turn off our cameras?
Oh, come on. No, yeah, turn them on.
Keep them on for now? Okay.
It's more interesting.
Hey,
I hope this is interesting for you folks watching the video. We got our cameras on for you.
Cindy Lauper, 72.
birthday left out. Okay, come on, downloads.
And she still
There
wants
we
to
go.
have fun.
Nothing in my
Alright.
hat. All right.
Okay.
All righty. Whew. They all came through.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
I got them all as well. I got them all. What is this for? I hope everyone's enjoying watching me close some programs and try not to close a Zoom meeting. All right, audience, if you're not back, please come back. Please come back. Grab your refreshments, join us back in the theater. I want to take this time again to invite you to join Right Away afterwards on Facebook. It's for people who've been a part of Right Away and would like to continue the conversation about the show or writing in general, or just know when the next ones are coming up. Or if you're watching the video, if you, because I know some of you can't get here, if you want to post what you write while you're watching the video, you could do it right there. The way we'd like to do the readings is we're going to ask for anyone who is not actually playing a character, including the other playwrights, to keep your camera off, and it also helps if you keep your microphone off. If you want to click hide non-video participants, that's down in the left corner. You click on that. You click on the caret next to the video icon, I believe, and scroll down and you'll find hide non-video participants. That way you don't have to see everybody's name who's got their camera off. Just see who's on stage. And that won't
And
affect what the rest of us.
stage directions camera off, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
At the end of each reading, though, it is awfully fun if everyone pops back on to just kind of give us some live applause, and that'd be great. So I want to review the suggestions that we gave all the playwrights, just to remind ourselves of what everyone was dealing with. And they were a character picks up a broken lighting instrument that just fell. Everyone on stage burps. Someone on stage has to say the line of dialogue, "Pass me the ketchup bottle." And there's a sound effect of peacock screeches. Wow, these were random. Wow.
No kidding.
Wow. All right, let's see how this turned out. All right, Lisa Gay Thompson, you are the first one up. If you can remind us of your suggestion, do whatever you want to get the setting going for us, and I'm going away.
All right. So this play is called The Bit They Left Out. The prompt was the first line, "Take my hand and hold on tight." And we have Alex and Ellen, and the play begins on a cliff over a waterfall. And I'll read stage directions.
Take my hand and hold on tight.
I don't know.
Come on. We talked about this.
I didn't think it would be so hard.
Do you trust me? You don't trust me.
Baby blue bicycle.
Huh?
Baby blue bicycle. You know, our therapy timeout phrase. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Sometimes I feel like you don't care about therapy.
I do. I do. It was just the adrenaline.
Okay, then baby blue bicycle.
All right. We'll tell the honest truth for the next 60 seconds. See, I listen.
Okay. I trust you in the overall scheme of things. I know you'll be there tomorrow when I wake up. I know you won't run off with my savings.
Our savings.
Right. I know you know where all the best hotels are, the best routes, that kind of stuff.
But
I don't trust your judgment about this.
it's not that high. I dived into waterfalls way bigger than this.
Well, I never have, and I don't want to die today.
You won't die,
Oh, but I feel like I will.
but you won't.
See, there it is. You don't hear me. Dr. Kirschenbaum said you need to listen with your elephant ears.
All right. I hear you. You're too scared.
That ain't what I said.
Yeah, but that's what it boils down to, isn't it?
I'm scared for a reason. It's not chicken shit to be scared of legitimately scary things.
You said it, not me.
What?
Chicken shit.
Have I ever refused to go along with any of your schemes?
Yeah, definitely.
Name one.
With that, he lights a match and lets it fall. They watch the tiny flame as it lands far, far below in the churning water and is extinguished.
That time in Omaha. I had a hell of a time arranging that party, but you nixed the whole idea. Said we ought to celebrate quiet-like, on our own instead, not draw attention.
That was just common sense.
They both burp. First one, then the other. Then B does a long burp. K tries to do one longer. They trade burps back and forth, competing to see who can burp the longest. B wins.
Well, god damn it. You had that sarsaparilla. No wonder you got the better of me.
I can out-burp you any day of the week, sarsaparilla or no.
Well, that don't matter. What we got here is a standoff. It's Omaha all over again, and I'm not jumping.
Because you don't trust me.
That's right.
After all these miles, all these years. And I thought we had something really special. Beyond questions of trust. I truly am in an existential malaise.
Well, damn it. You know you're my best.
Yeah, I know. But you're throwing me for a loop here.
Well, just pass me that ketchup bottle.
Why? What are you going to do with it?
I just want to see something, would you?
Fine.
This is about the heaviest thing we have with us. If this bottle survives past the first rapids, I guess I'll jump.
And if it don't?
I won't.
Funny thing to put your trust in a goddamn Heinz bottle instead of me.
It ain't that.
Well, it sure feels like that. If we survive this, Dr. Kirschenbaum better buckle the hell up at our next session.
Oh, shit.
Why?
Baby blue bicycle.
Baby blue bicycle.
I can't believe you're making me say this, but I don't know how to swim, Butch.
Oh, kid, don't worry. The fall will probably kill you. Now take my hand and hold on tight.
They jump together, screaming. At the bottom, after they've both popped up to the surface and dragged themselves to shore.
Burp.
You actually did it.
I couldn't have done it without you.
After this, why don't we go down to Bolivia and lie low for a bit? I hear it's really safe down there.
Sure, Butch. Whatever you think. You know I trust you.
I wonder if that's a sign.
The end.
Good
Lauren
acting.
had her chat
Nice.
feature
Very nice
wrong.
acting.
Thank you. Thank you. That's
Good
fun.
reading,
scene
guys.
director.
How do
Fun.
you write a play and read our chats while you're doing it? Weren't a lot of those suggestions ones that we were using in our no?
No, the Malays one came in the initial suggestions.
Oh.
Yeah, I was inspired by the colors and the appliances, but I had to go with the bicycle because they didn't have toasters back then. But they had that beautiful bicycle, right?
I found
would say-
actually following your chat kind of did all the work for me. Didn't have to write anything.
Oh, wow. God, I'm amazed you guys could do that. I had to just turn it off and write.
Oh, believe me, that's
Yeah.
not true, as you will soon learn.
Okay.
Can I ask the audience something?
Sure.
You guys, did you get at the end that it was, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid?
Oh.
I did.
Okay, good.
No.
Good,
Yeah, I did. Yep.
I wasn't really obvious, but yeah. Okay.
Oh,
No.
nice. Nice.
It's funny because I've never seen that movie, and I'm in the era that should have seen it. But that scene is so iconic. I knew exactly what you were talking about because I've seen that clip of Butch and Sundance jumping over, many, many times.
I
Right.
just didn't know they'd been in therapy. That was
That's the part they left out.
yeah.
Just
Yeah.
the backstory.
Yeah.
Implied.
And I have to say the burps really worked for me. They accomplished their mission. All right. What's the name of yours, Alex?
Well, boy, this will test your references
Hmm.
more than the last. This play, which was, and the suggestion for it was a bowler hat.
Mm-hmm.
That's important. Nothing in My Hat is the name of the play. And it begins with one character on stage, and that is a character that I am going to play while the stage directions that describe what this character does are read. So go ahead, stage directions.
All right. And I am Dee Dee. Okay. All right. All right. Here I come. Here I come.
Charlie brushes off the table with many flourishes, then daintily removes his white gloves one at a time, spreads checkered tablecloth with lavish flip of the cloth, smooths it out, flutters fingers, pulls handkerchief from pocket, flips it, and notes dust it produces. Somehow, simultaneously, daintily, and aggressively at the same time, tucks handkerchief into his collar to serve as a napkin. Attempts to remove shoe, cannot do it. Attempts to remove other shoe, same thing. Removes hat and places it before him. Removes from inner pocket a knife and a fork and is about to cut into hat. Dee Dee, dressed as a tramp, but from a later era and hatless, enters.
I wouldn't eat that.
Charlie looks back to Dee Dee.
Could we read all the stage directions?
Oh, didn't I do that? Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that one. Sorry. Yes, yes, yes. Charlie looks up and casts eyes extremely sideways where he sees Dee Dee, looks out, twiddles mustache, looks down at hat, looks out, looks at Dee Dee, looks into middle distance and places utensils down, looks off to the other side.
He said to wait.
Charlie looks back at Dee Dee.
I don't think we should do anything till he gets here.
Charlie looks at hat, looks out, twiddles mustache. Charlie looks at Dee Dee, grabs for hat, Dee Dee grabs hat.
No.
In recoiling with hat, Dee Dee knocks over standing lamp. Everything goes dark.
Oof. I don't think we should do anything until he gets here.
Did I miss something?
That's the last line.
I don't know where you are.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, it was me. I'm so sorry.
Can we Go back. And recoiling with hat, Didi knocks over standing lamp. Everything goes dark.
Oh, oh, hey, watch it. Hold on, give me the. Holy smoke. Why don't you? Ouch! Listen, back off. I don't know where you are, but I got the lamp. It's heavy enough to do some damage, so just back off.
A match is lit. Charlie has the hat in his mouth. Didi is holding the lamp. Suddenly, the match goes out.
Ouch!
The overhead lights come on. Didi is at the switch. Ollie, hatless, is shaking his burned fingers and then sticks them in his mouth. Charlie is making, I just tried to eat my hat faces like a cat with a hairball.
Here's a fine mess you've gotten into.
Ollie bugs his eyes out, puffs his cheeks, makes a high-pitched humph sound. Charlie looks guiltily down at uneaten hat, offers it to Ollie, who takes it and beats it on his own thigh. Charlie burps. Ollie burps.
Oh,
Didi burps.
Excuse me.
excuse me.
Charlie raises eyebrows and smiles in apologetic gesture. Charlie farts. Ollie farts. Didi farts.
Excuse me.
Excuse me.
Charlie makes a guilty dog face, looks to side and smiles obsequiously.
Well,
Well,
Charlie looks inquisitively.
maybe we should leave.
I've only just gotten here.
Charlie shrugs.
I had a partner.
I had a partner.
Charlie pats an imaginary dog.
What happened to your partner?
Estragon.
I beg your pardon.
Estragon. Go. His name. He had a name, and it was Estragon. And I called him.
Go.
Charlie looks at Didi sympathetically.
We were waiting for,
Yes.
I don't know exactly. I don't know really. For maybe fate, maybe God, maybe a change of heart.
Curious.
And he finally left.
Charlie twiddles his mustache.
And I realized I was hungry and I ate my hat.
Absurd.
Some people would say so,
Charlie looks side to the side and nods.
but kind of funny. I mean, in a way,
I don't see the humor.
no. Maybe more sad.
They sit. They do not move.
Did you have a partner,
Stanley.
Stan?
Not to me. He was not very smart.
The others look at Ollie.
But I loved him.
Charlie nods sympathetically.
I never told him. Largely, he was exasperating.
Charlie wipes a tear from his eye.
A whiner in many ways, with a long face and histrionic, and
It's always something.
finally, I think he had enough.
You never know.
Charlie shakes his head sympathetically.
You think you know someone, and why you're together, and that you're trying to accomplish something.
Do you?
I wasn't very nice to him, really. I was really quite brutish. And when he left with all our money, I looked out of the window of our rooming house and I threw my hat after him. And now I feel I don't know who I am. No hat, no Stanley, and I'm hungry.
Charlie looks over at the other two with a sad sort of hope in his eye. Peacock off stage screeches.
Geronimo!
Yow!
Charlie leaps into Dee Dee's arms in fear and surprise. Ollie leaves. Charlie and Dee Dee look at one another. Charlie makes obsequious face of apology, clambers down, dusts self off. Dee Dee looks sheepishly off. Charlie tips his hat in apology. Ollie returns with dead peacock.
Pass the ketchup?
Nice. Nice.
Oh.
I love it. I love it.
That's what I
Took
got.
me a moment, actually, believe it or not, but love it. Sorry about the mess up of the silent scene. When I went for my camera, I knocked my script around.
Laura, I think if it took you a moment, it's still taking me a moment. I don't know what that was, but there.
I actually played Go-Go. One of
Oh,
the best
really?
theater
Oh.
experiences ever. I was in my 20s and it was great.
Wow. Wow.
Well, we're really.
How could you do that? Because Beckett won't let. It must have been just a school exercise because Beckett won't let women do it. Oh, okay. Sorry.
It was he's dead. He's not going to get me. It was a community theater in Wichita, Kansas, and I don't think Beckett knew. So
Oh, how fun. I was from Wichita. I went to school there.
Oh yeah? Yeah, I
Yeah.
grew up in Wichita. I saw Kansas on your resume.
Yeah.
While we're paused, we just have one more play to go, but I do want to let everyone who's here with us know that we have a little talk back after the last play. So if you can stick around after that, please do. If you can't, we understand. But there's that. Yeah. So, Ellen, let's see what we are up to with you.
Okay. This play is called Kitchen Play. Let me turn my video off. And I kind of suggest that once you enter as your character, you stay on camera because it kind of bounces around a lot. There's 6 characters, so I'm sure our lovely actors will have different voices so you can tell when they're different. Let me just tell you who they are because I don't know if the names come up. There's a Chef Josie, a sous chef Ferdinand, an assistant Kelly. Then there's 2 other helpers, Paul and Larry, and finally an inspector. Here we go, kitchen play. Inside of a commercial kitchen that is a new startup, the team used to be street vendors and did so well that they have just opened a kitchen and are getting everything prepared.
I don't know if I can do this. The street was so much more spontaneous. I have to make decisions now. I'm stressing out.
Josie, take it easy. We are here to help.
Josie, let's just start with what we have set up. Oh, okay. We got the stove, oven, toaster oven, a microwave.
Microwave? We don't need everything is fresh. And we didn't have that on the street.
Well, the kitchen came with that. We can just put it in the back. Oh, okay. We have a Cuisinart, an egg beater, steamer, a crock pot, plenty of bowls and spoons, and
Did you order the food?
Ken, that was your department. How's that going? I sent Paul out to get the vegetables and Sue to get the meat and Larry to get the dairy and eggs. What about fruit? That's Paul's department. Okay, let me set up to make the meringue. Where are those egg beaters again?
Right here, chef.
Hopefully the eggs will be here soon. The counters are all wiped down. The stove is heating up, and here comes Larry.
Hi, y'all. Got the eggs, cream, and cheese. What you need?
I'll start with the eggs.
I start separating them. Kelly, you get the oven going.
I'm on it. Where's that damn lighter? These ovens don't have a pilot light.
It is.
Ferdinand hands the lighter to Kelly, who drops it.
Oh. Damn thing. I'm more nervous than I thought.
He clicks and clicks it, but it doesn't work.
It doesn't work now. What now? Well, there's Larry's a big pothead. He must have a lighter on him.
No, chef. I started vaping. That don't need a lighter for that.
I'm starting to feel green.
Actually, you look more purplish.
Now my left hand, my chest. I think I'm having a panic attack.
Maybe it's a heart attack.
Here, chef, take a hit off my vape pen. It'll calm your nerves.
Chef takes a hit off the vape pen, gets dizzy, and sits down.
I don't think that was such a good idea.
That always worked for me.
Larry, just go and buy a lighter at the 7-Eleven and on the next block.
Rightio, chef. I'm on it.
Chef stands up and goes to Ferdinand.
How are those eggs coming?
Well, it seems like they had whites and not white at all, but different color. There's pink, blue, yellow.
Well, it's still Pride Month, so separate them into different bowls, and we'll come up with rainbow meringue.
Hey, here's the veggies. I'm gonna get to work shredding them and make the vegetable croquettes.
Perfect. That will stay in the theme of Pride Month. Our first dinner will honor our nation's diversity. Keep the colors separate. We have purple eggplant, orange carrots, yellow peppers, green zucchini, red tomatoes. What are there? Are there no blue vegetables?
I have blueberries.
Okay, we'll make blueberry shortbread with meringue topping.
The eggs are separated. I get to beating them. Oh, you have to taste these peppers. They're so sweet.
Everyone starts to eat peppers. Larry comes back with a lighter.
Here you go.
Ferdinand tries to light it, but the safety switch is too hard and he drops it. Larry picks it up and goes to the oven. There's a big explosion.
Oh, no! We forgot to turn the gas off while you're getting the lighter. Those peppers are so good. The veggies are all shredded, Chef.
Now let's mix them with the whites of the same color and add some flour.
I didn't get any flowers.
No, the wheat flour. It should be in the cabinet.
Paul goes to the cabinet and there's a big clatter as bowls fall to the floor.
Our first client will be here in 2 hours. Leave the bowls and find the flour.
Kitchen cooking sounds, sizzling, frying, egg beater against the metal bowls, etc. Larry burps and burps and...
I have to leave, so I don't think my stomach feels so good.
Pass me the ketchup bottle. Here, Larry. Take a big swig of this. It should make you feel a bit better.
Ken shakes the bottle. The cap falls off and ketchup splatters all over the room.
No thanks. I'll just go to the loo.
There's a knock at the door and the city inspector enters.
Hello, folks. I've just come to see how it's all going. It smells like gas. Is there a leak?
No. We just had the oven turned on before we were able to light it.
The inspector goes around the prep table and slips on the spilled ketchup. Paul picks him up, but then falls over the bowls on the floor. After some rattling, they both get up.
Sorry about that, Inspector. Hey, you gotta taste these peppers. Sweetest you ever tasted.
Oh, those are sweet. What are these croquettes you have on the stove?
Our Pride Month celebration. Here, have one. What's your favorite color?
Well, I am partial to purple.
Then try the eggplant.
Thank you, but I have to leave.
Inspector goes to the door. As he opens it, a peacock runs in and starts screeching. The peacock jumps up on the prep table and starts eating all of the croquettes. It jumps down and heads towards the door. Before he leaves, he turns around and burps. That's-
And that is that.
that.
Perfectly captures the energy of the bear and every kitchen I've ever been in.
Yeah.
Exactly. Man, there are several reasons why I'm gonna have to watch the video of this one, because there was a lot going on and mostly I was seeing my script.
Yes.
Sorry.
I do want to thank, as we're winding up here, I want to thank everybody who is in on this. The writers, thank you so much for your time and your script and for your readings. Thank you to people in our audience who come here regularly, people who watch the videos regularly, and the new people who jump in and give us a try, and those who come back after a while away. Thank you all for coming. Thanks to everyone who's given us donations over the years. If you want to do that, you can go to freestylerep.org or synergytheater.com. And there's donation buttons on either one of those. And I would like to particularly thank the New York State Council on the Arts for their support of freestyle repertory theater. I will also thank the Department of Cultural Affairs in New York City, just for their general being around and supporting all the arts. Our next one is going to be July 21st. Alex, Lisa, and I are all coming back for that one. And our old pals, Kat Coppett and Laura Valpy, will also be here for that one. And you can sign up for that anytime you want to at synergytheater.com. Go to their performances and click on online performances, and you can sign up there and get your link to join us there. So for now, let's give the playwrights, the jam writers, let's all give them a hand. If you're leaving us now, thank you for coming. If you're staying for the talk back, that is starting right away.
Hi,
All
Karen.
right, folks, I'm gonna turn off this live stream, I think, if I figure out how to do it, and we'll start talking.